Alrighty, so my friend Dream-Driven Day Debbie. By the way, I just love you. You are so beautiful. Thank you for being you. Reaches out to me and says, hey, will you demolish this self-love bullshit? I swear to God, this is like an hour ago. The funny thing is, 12 hours ago, I made a recording, the previous episode to this one, on self-love versus imagining lovingly. I forgot to hit the send button. It's been sitting there for 12 hours. And she asked me to make one. I thought, I just made one. I swear to God, this is how my dreamdrivenday.com world works. I swear to God. It's this fast, it's this fun. It's this kind of fellowship. It's this kind of belonging. Because here's the thing, what you don't want is more self-love. All right? I want more imaginary sugar. I want more imaginary letters. You see, there's 26 letters in the alphabet. That's all you need for English. Making up another 30 isn't going to help you be a better writer. You're all the love you need. You are love. Every old spiritual tradition that I know of teaches what you are is love. Neville said you are the wisdom, the power, the love of God. That's Neville Goddard. I will agree. I tell you what. Love is not something to chase. Love is something to notice. Love is not something to seek. Love is what you are. And the answer for that, actually the way people doubt that, the way they use doubt as a weapon, comes down to this. I can't possibly be loved because of what I've done, what I haven't done, what I noticed. What you are is love. You are unconditional and unconditioned love. That doesn't mean I have to unconditionally love myself. You see, that just gets into robot bullshit concept. Well, there's me and myself, and I love myself. Stop that. That's like saying before you can manifest a hamburger, you have to manifest a cow and a butcher and the bun and the onions. All you have to do is imagine up the yum. You may find yourself cooking a hamburger, you may find yourself not. But I can promise you this. If you're imagining I have to imagine up the cow before I imagine up the burger, that's just like imagining up, well, you have to build a car before you can drive a car. You don't have to build on love. Well, you don't have to build love. Well, it just gets nuts. We could say, what you don't need is more self-love. You just need less self-nuts. Self-nuts defined as, and I'm going to imagine up something nuts that doesn't exist so that I can blame that I don't have what I want on that. Self-love is just a middle. Self-love is just a muddle. Self-love is just a concept that you don't need. We had a post the other day in the Law of Attraction by Neville Goddard group. Somebody mentioned Forex trading. God, the public and the private comments that came out of that. If you want to trade Forex, trade Forex. If that's your desire, do it. I traded for a while. I had a lot of fun. Began to make some money. Realized that there were severe tax implications being an American semi-expat and an Australian resident. Oh, you cannot imagine that. So I said, I'm not going to play that game, right? Besides, I came here to teach. You see, I for a little while, I played the game of if I make enough money in Forex, I can afford to teach. Listen to that bullshit. You see, you can fall into a state of bullshit at any time. Self-love is bullshit. Somebody write that down. Somebody tell them to go listen to this podcast episode. Because self-love is bullshit. It's a concept. What you are is real. And the whole antidote, just like I shared in the previous one, is very simple. Imagine lovingly. I've told you about that guy. I swear to God, he walked every day past our fronts, cussing and swearing because his heels hadn't hit the ground for years. Right? I cannot imagine the horrible pain that he was in. Thank God I can't imagine that. What would I need to do that? Self-hate? I am imagining up the pain he was in. Now, let's just call that imagining stupidly. Because people do it all the time. They say, I feel bad for that boy. Hopefully, no, someday I won't be like that. You see, you could have been like that, but you weren't. That's the crap I grew up with. Right? People feeling bad for each other. Let's all get together and feel bad. And we'll pray that something might change. We'll get hope. This is why I say hope is nothing more than doubt with sprinklies on top. You think about it. I hope it helps. I doubt it will. See, either way, it's out in the future. One of them's just a little bit more nicey nice. Meanwhile, I don't add sugar or cat shit to my coffee. I enjoy coffee. If you have to wait to enjoy coffee, I mean, I'm not saying don't order coffee the way. See, somebody will take this real literal. I'm a very literalist. I need more self-love so that I don't literally take everything you say, Mr. 20. Radio. Ready? You drive the bus. Self-love doesn't drive the bus. Your faith in God is measured by your confidence in you. Love is what you are. Go imagine lovingly. 3 ways you can do that. Number 1, like I say, my Joseph Goddard. Every person that tells me they've got self-love problems is not doing my Joseph Goddard thing the way that I teach it. Right? I talk about it a lot. You can find out more about it at feelitrealfun.com. Free videos, stuff that'll change your life. But here's the deal. 5 to 10, 6 to 12. Specific events of today I have already imagined going my way. Meanwhile, I've already had 6 wins. I'm not even up 2 hours. Go figure. Specific events of my day already haven't gone my way. And it could be something like imagining having made another crushing podcast. It could be imagining hearing from Debbie. Honest to God, here's the funny thing, Debbie. Yesterday afternoon, before I even made that podcast, episode 1 of these 2, I was imagining having a chat with you. Haven't talked to you in a while. Go figure. And here we are. I'm sure we'll chat later. But here's the deal, gang. Specific events of my day already haven't gone my way. It could be something simple like a podcast. People say, well, this is good for small stuff. Well, tell Jimmy that him being able to walk and wear boots is a small thing. Because Jimmy still walks past our place pretty much every day. Now he wears boots and now his feet hit the floor. I watch his gait. He's moving like a normal human. That's part of my daily experience. For those who say, oh, but it's easy for the small things. Because small things require less self-love. Oh my God. What do you need for small things? Self-like? Self-okayness? If you got gold today, I've got 3 suggestions. Number 1, remember, this is the voice of Mr. 2020 coming to you live from Melbourne, Australia. This is the Neville Goddard podcast, all rights reserved. Number 1, easymanifestingmethods.com. That's our little gifty course. easymanifestingmethods.com. Go there, sign up, look in your inbox, look in your spam, your promotions, whatever, because we'll send you out real quick a confirmation email. You must click on the link on that to get the goodies. It's the law. We do things by the law here. I'm an ex-cop, right? I'm a little finicky about doing stuff right. I'm real finicky about doing what works, because what works in the classroom doesn't necessarily work in the street, and I'm a street kind of guy. Number 2, manifestingmasterycourse.com. That's that 90-day adventure. We designed it this way. I had one thought in mind. If you came and stayed in the little cottage for 90 days, that's the length of a visitor visa, and you only saw me for 1 cup of coffee a day, that's 15 minutes, what would I tell you to change your life? Because I want you at the end of 90 days to be a different human being. I don't want you to have more self-love. I want you to be a different human being Because what you are is 100% divine. That's eternal. Always exploring, never changing. But number two, I want you to be a different human being. I want you to put on different hats. I want you to have different explorations. I want you to have the experiences that change your experiences. That is ManifestingMasteryCourse.com. And three, oh yeah, baby, here we go. Sharing is caring. Most MM members, they send us an update every 7 days. Why? Because we ask you to. Why do we ask you to? Because we want you to do the course. Because if you don't do the course, you don't have wins. If you don't have wins, we can't say, hey, can we share this? I'm greedy. I want people to know this works. Because it took me from being somebody that hid in a corner, flat broke, PTSD, anxiety, to someone that, hey, I've got more colors in my garden than most people can imagine. All right, sharing is caring. And we'll talk about Dream Driven Day later. See ya. Oh, yeah, ManifestingMasteryCourse.com. Join in. Have fun. See ya.